Good evening, folks, and you come for a blether. So I've just started giving this old hatchet handle a scrape from the W GILPIN 1.5 pound hatchet for refinishing. So got a wedge cut as well, nice sycamore wedge. Just using the original handle, scraping off the grime, and we'll give it a coat of linseed oil. I also have a blacksmiths rounding hammer that we'll give a wee coat of oil to as well, after we've got this cleaned up and wedged up. So it's amazing just what a new blade can do. Way easier than sanding. Just shaves off the grime and any old finish that was there. You'll hear it sometimes chattering, so go the other way. Just go with the grain, it tells you what to do. Very hard piece of wood, this. A lot of green on here as well. I don't know if this was maybe an army hatchet. Mind you, I suppose it would have had the broad arrow, so maybe just painted green for whatever reason. Just a few minutes, you've got most of this off. And then a wee sand with something. Very dark, this handle. It's probably soaked up a lot of oil or something in its time. That'll just show up as patina after it's had a wee sand. Just going to give it a really light sand. This handle's been cut before. It's got a wee bit of some marks on it where it's been worked. Just a wee bit of paper here and blend this in. So there's the handle all cleaned up. It's looking nice. One side really light, one side really dark. Maybe lay on an oily bench or something like that. We never know. So there's going to be a few wee gaps in the top of this. So over and above my wedge going in. So I'm just going to mix a little drop of sawdust in with the glue. Rather a lot of glue came off out there because the cap just came flying off. Anyway, that's fine. We shall we'll get rid of that in a wee tick. Pity I never had a big glue up to do, because there's plenty here now. So, pause you a wee moment. Back again, just clean some of that glue off myself. So, ready to tap this on now. Got a tiny wee bit proud there. Got another wee tap. And we're up a wee smidge more, so that'll do. And what I'm going to do is put a wee bit of this glue mixture in this hole. There was a wee metal wedge that came out of this as well, so we'll get some of that in there. Getting in some mess tonight with this stuff. And we shall tap this wedge. This has started. Get a wee bit more of this in, and the wedge will pull it down with it. I do like using the old handles much more than getting something new, because it's what was there before. So try and get that in a wee bit further. So we're in, but not very far. We're only in about just more than halfway. I'll get a heavier hammer and give this a tap. We'll maybe use this. This is the blacksmiths rounding hammer. I've just handled that as well. New handle on it. That's in a bit more this time. So quite happy with that. I'll clean off a wee bit of that excess in a wee minute. Once I put my shoulder back in, my shoulder pops out a wee bit now for some strange reason, and it's quite interesting sometimes. But I can manipulate it a wee bit, get it back in. It's doing something a bit odd, but it's just one of those things when you have had many years of wrestling things, it takes its toll. Getting some wedge curl on there as well. So and I got one of these cutting mat things, and as soon as it arrived, it just got manked up, so that's its job. Now the wee steel wedge that came out of it is here. Wee tiny wedge. Popped that out. You'll have saw that on a wee video I done of the pincer manoeuvre with a couple of screwdrivers taking that out. So that's the same one. Don't know if we'll put it back in or not. It would do no harm, but that one had it in, and I put it back in. We'll just saw this off now. Quite pleased with that. That glue's filled up those holes. And there's the rest of my bottle of glue. I'm going to pause you again while I bin this. And we're back again. So we trimmed that off. It's looking okay. You can see a couple of wee dimples there where the wedge have been, but I'm quite happy with that. Just a little user for someone for the kindling. And that gilpin's looking nice. So we'll get some linseed oil on this now, boiled linseed oil. And on the blacksmith's hammer. Now, went a wee bit far with this, I think. It was all punch marks on the side. It had been side hammered, and there's punch marks on this side, and I ground them out. But on this side, I had an inkling this was a Matheson Glasgow hammer. And you might just see an M and a GL in there, and that would have been the crescent moon and the star. But it was really bashed up, so I shouldn't feel too bad, but I did probably remove maybe a wee bit more than I needed to. But it's still there for those that know. So I'll just get a wee bit of this oil on here. This handle, work it in. Look at that, it's looking nice. So it's another rounding hammer. I've got a wee one kept. I got it before, I can't remember. Maybe in an auction box, or it's there anyway. We would have handled it before. So many tools getting fixed and repaired that it's hard to keep track of them. So there's that with a couple of coats of oil. And now for the old Gilpin hatchet. So you hear lots of stories about this oil, rags setting themselves on fire, spontaneous combustion, etc., etc. My answer to this is, when I'm done, these gloves that I'm wearing, I put the rag inside there and I will fill it with water. Squirt a little bit of water in, and it seems to work for me. How nice is that old handle? That must have soaked up loads of oil, like I said. That side's pretty clean, but still got its age. That is nice. And that's a very unusual Gilpin stamp. So if anyone knows the history of that stamp, please let me know. Some green paint left on underneath. And that's a nice wee hatchet. Really nice. That's a new old stock hickory handle that I put on this. This was actually for a claw hammer, square eye, and I worked it down and worked it down, and I got it fitting in there. That's a larch wedge that's in there, and the original steel wedge really opened up with that wedge, and I drove it right in. It's in almost full depth, which is good. And this is a very nice little hammer, this, or heavy hammer. And this is a rounding hammer used for making horseshoes and other things, but that is its purpose, the rounding hammer. So quite pleased with those two. Hope you are all doing okay. And rainy evening in July here. We've had some really warm weather. Everything's lush and growing well. I call the month of June Jungle June because around here everything just grows. That sycamore wedge is nice in there, nice wee, brightens it up. Those will get a wee further rub when they're dry. Just keep working this oil in on this paper here. That's nice. Like that. Get this handle fed up. You put it in the metal as well. It seals up the metal, gives it a wee coating. There's it's almost like a lacquer when it dries on the metal. It's a nice finish. I'll be sure and find that wee bit of rag that's just fell. So there we go. Before I forget, I will dampen this stuff up. So just keep washing up liquid bottle in here. I have some soap in it just for cleaning up things. And give that a wee squirt. Then I know it won't burst into flames. No oxygen and it's wet. It's a good combination to stop that from happening. So there you go, a couple of wee jobs done. Hatchet fixed up and rounding hammer looking really nice. So they'll be ready to find themselves in some craftsman's hands, and hopefully they'll get many years of use out of them. Anywho, hope you are all doing okay. Said that already, I'm sure. Tell me what you have been making, fixing, finding, and we'll catch up soon for more blethers.